come to the wedding, you too. What do you mean? The first thing I heard when I arrived at the office and headed to my desk was this from Executive Vice President Kevin. Whose wedding is it? It's my sister's wedding. She was always a bit of a lost cause, but finally, she's found her purpose. Found her purpose? I was taken aback by Kevin's choice of words. Would anyone really talk about a family member in terms of finding a purpose? The groom is the heir to Sky Corporation. President Wilson said he wants to celebrate my sister and her fiancé with the whole company. So make sure you take a day off and come. With that, Kevin left. As other employees started arriving, Kevin greeted them all with a smile. Those greeted by him all had strained expressions. Seeing this, I could imagine the kind of conversations they were being subjected to. Hey, Michael, what do you think about Kevin's words? Emily. The woman who whispered to me was Emily. She is my boss, and secretly my girlfriend. The reason for the secrecy? Well, Emily, you're going to Kevin's sister's wedding, right? Would you like to go with me? Hey, I can give you a ride to the venue if you want. Several employees approached Emily with these offers. They were all smitten, practically drooling over her. Emily, both capable at work and stunningly beautiful, is like the Madonna of our company. If it became known that she and I were dating, the men at the company would probably tear me apart. Thanks for the invitation. I'll be attending the wedding, but I'll go on my own, so no worries. Oh, is that so? Disappointed, the male employees dropped their shoulders and went back to work. Bad for them, but no matter how much they try, she would never accept their invitations. What are you grinning about? Caught off guard, I slapped my relaxed cheeks. Hey, let's go to the wedding together on that day. But with so many people from work attending, if they find out, if that happens, it's no big deal. If it gets awkward, you can just quit your job. I was lost for words in response to her confident statement. She always tells me I should just become a stay-at-home husband. Since I earn more and have a better career, I love my job, but that's not the case for you, right? With working feels like a strain. Just follow me. We've been dating for 2 years now, so maybe it's time for some progress, don't you think? I backed away, as usual, from her strong stance. Well, let's put that discussion aside for now. I'll go to the wedding with you, all right? Great, it's settled. It'll be like scouting for our own wedding. Yeah. I tried to divert the conversation, but it didn't work very well, and I couldn't change the subject. Emily was not only excited about attending the wedding, but also about the idea of marriage itself. What's wrong? You have a problem with being with me? No, it's not that, but should I really become a stay-at-home husband like Emily says? Every time this topic comes up, I don't feel unhappy, but I do feel anxious. Why don't we just make our relationship public to everyone? I'm getting tired of keeping it a secret at the office. That's a bit. Is there a problem? No, it's not really a problem, but you're so vague. Well, regardless, we're going together to the venue. Let's meet at my place. All right then. Faced with my indecisiveness, Emily looked exasperated, but for the moment, that was the end of it, and we agreed to attend the wedding together. A few days later, an invitation to the wedding from Kevin indeed arrived at my house. According to Emily, not only were almost all the employees being made to attend, but executives from the groom's company were also attending. It seemed like a big celebration planned by the company for Kevin's sister's wedding. It kind of seems like a political marriage rather than the couple's own choice, doesn't it? In the taxi, Emily and I discussed today's wedding side by side. It might not be far from the truth. Our company regards the groom's company as a major client. They probably want to strengthen ties through this marriage. Her words reminded me of Kevin saying that he had found a use for his sister. In this day and age, such marriages seem unbelievable, like something from the Civil War era. I couldn't help but feel sorry for her, even though it was just speculation. Well, even if that's the case, there's nothing we can do about it. Jer, It's someone else's business after all. We arrived at the venue and got out of the taxi. At that moment, a woman burst out of the venue. "Please, lend me some money. I'll definitely pay you back later." As she looked back at the venue, the woman approached us and pleaded. It was surprising enough to be approached by a stranger with such a request, but that wasn't the only reason we were shocked. The woman was dressed in dirty, shabby clothes, clearly in an unusual state. Emily and I exchanged glances, unsure of what to do. "What do you need the money for?" "I want to escape in that taxi. I don't want to go through with this marriage." Seeing the woman tearfully plead, Emily's expression turned resolute. "I'm sorry, but I can't lend you money. Whatever the reason, we're strangers after all. But this is my only chance. If I don't leave now, I'll end up married to that man. We'll hear out your circumstances later. First, get in the taxi, please." The woman was stunned by Emily's words. "I can't lend you money, but I can at least get in a taxi with you and find a safe place to talk." "That would be involving you too much. You're already involving us by asking for help, so don't worry about that." Saying so, Emily ushered the woman and me back into the taxi we had arrived in. In moments like these, Emily really is dependable. Knowing Emily had made up her mind, I decided to go along with it. The woman kept glancing around nervously, as if afraid of being chased. As we drove away from the venue, Emily smiled reassuringly at the frightened woman. "First, we need to do something about your appearance." "What do you mean?" "First impressions are everything, you know." The woman looked puzzled, but Emily spoke with a cheerful voice. After driving for about 5 minutes, we went to a cafe run by Emily's sister, Sarah, to hear the woman's story. "Welcome. Something unusual today." "Yeah, sort of." As I ordered coffee for everyone, Emily and the woman emerged from the restroom. The woman, now wearing Emily's spare clothes and with makeup applied, looked transformed. The most significant change was her hairstyle. Her unkempt hair was now neatly brushed and tied up with a scrunchie. "Thank you so much. There's a lot I want to ask, but first, why were you dressed like that? There must be a reason, right?" The woman bowed her head and hesitated to speak, clearly troubled. However, perhaps encouraged by Emily's firm gaze, she slowly began to open up. To sum it up, the woman turned out to be Kevin's sister. Her name was Jennifer, and as Emily and I had discussed, she was being forced into a marriage with the son of a business partner. When she burst out of the venue, I had a feeling that she might be involved, but the dreadful state she was in left me speechless. Jennifer then shared more of her story. "Ever since I was little, I was always compared to my brother. He excelled in both studies and sports, a very capable person. But I was the opposite and couldn't do anything right. My parents adored such a son and, as far as they were concerned, I might as well not have existed in the house from a very young age. After graduating from middle school, I was given 2 choices, either stay at home to help with housework or leave the house. That's terrible. Why were you forced into this marriage?" After choosing to leave, I managed to survive on my own for nearly a decade, but a few weeks ago, my brother suddenly showed up, took me back home, and without any explanation, arranged a marriage with a man 20 years older than me. A 20-year age gap. Such an age difference in a loveless marriage is just unreasonable. Emily and I were utterly stunned by her story. Even if I wanted to go back, the apartment where I lived was cleared out without my knowledge, and I don't have any money, a cell phone, or any ID documents. My mother was always by my side, making sure I couldn't leave, and my life was just restricted. In these past few weeks, even when I tried to take a bath, I was interrupted as if to prevent me from leaving," she said, looking downcast. "It's insane to sacrifice a daughter for the benefit of a son. What are you going to do now?" "What else but help Jennifer? She was trying to escape, so she must have a plan, right?" "Jess, I've been cut off from contacting anyone, but I think I can manage if I get to my boyfriend's house." Relieved that she had someone to support her, I felt a bit more at ease, but Emily's anger towards Kevin and his family, who tried to exploit Jennifer, seemed to intensify. Then let's head to your boyfriend's place first. He must be worried not being able to contact you. Right. Yes. We hurriedly stood up to leave the cafe when I've found you, Jennifer. Kevin. To our surprise, Kevin had arrived. Go to your boyfriend. We'll handle the rest. Thank you. Emily quickly handed Jennifer a $100 bill and urged her to run. Jennifer, doing as Emily said, dashed out of the cafe without a second glance. Wait, Jennifer. Kevin. Before that, let's have a talk. Emily grabbed Kevin's arm as he attempted to chase after Jennifer. What is this nonsense? The wedding is about to start, and that idiot is. What kind of monster brother forces his sister into a loveless marriage? You, don't misunderstand. This marriage is for her benefit too. We've heard everything from Jennifer. If you really cared about her, you'd call off this absurd marriage right now. Shut up. This is a family matter. Outsiders have no say in it. A family matter. Doing such ridiculous things and calling it family. Emily, hold you back. Emily's eyes were fixed with determination. I yelled, but it was too late. As Kevin raised his arm to shake off Emily's grip, she used the motion against him, flipping him over. Kevin fell onto his back with a loud thud, unable to get up and letting out a pitiful groan. Sarah, now behind the cafe counter, looked on with an exasperated expression as if saying not again. Humph, what a pathetic man. Emily, who was always capable and charming, also happened to be a black belt in judo, having practiced since she was young. Actually, I fell for her when she saved me from some bullies a long time ago. Looking through the window, I saw Jennifer getting into a taxi, and I breathed a sigh of relief. Oh no, I did it again. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. I could somewhat understand Emily's feelings this time. Looking around the cafe, I noticed Sarah was on the phone. Hello, police. Please come right away. Kevin, lying on the ground, heard this and let out a laugh. You think you'll get away with this? I'm going to sue you both. Hearing Kevin's words, Emily turned pale, but Sarah quickly continued. A big man was about to attack a woman, but another woman intervened to help. The man who tried to use violence can't move right now, so please hurry. After saying that, Sarah ended the call with a decisive click. Kevin's face contorted further. You're going to make a false testimony. It's not a lie, I saw it too. Me too. I can testify that the man was trying to kidnap a girl. Customers around us started voicing their support one after another. Soon, the sound of sirens approached, and Kevin, supported by others, was taken away by the police. He kept shouting about suing us until the very last moment, but in the end, we weren't charged with any crime. What happened next was just too overwhelming to describe. Though we weren't sued, we were interrogated by the police, and at work, everyone wanted to know what had happened. But there was a happy turn of events. Jennifer's marriage was called off. Her boyfriend turned out to be the heir to a subsidiary company under our business partner. Thanks to that, everything worked out well. Kevin probably felt uncomfortable after what had happened. He resigned from the company shortly thereafter. Emily and I returned to work without any reprimand. Soon after returning, however, Emily resigned from the company. As for what she's doing now, she's busy preparing to start her own business. I'm also planning to leave the company when the time is right to support her. Emily was looking at a postcard. It was a wedding announcement from Jennifer. In the photo printed on the card, Jennifer and her partner looked blissfully happy. If Emily hadn't decided to help her that day, we probably wouldn't have seen such a smile. It made me realize just how much I'm in love with Emily's compassionate nature. Hey, Emily, I have a present for you. What is it? As she turned around, I presented her with a ring case. I may be unreliable, but I want to support you. Will you marry me? She widened her eyes in surprise, then nodded vigorously. Yes, I'd be honored. Her smile was dazzling. Protecting this smile, even if it means becoming a house husband, might not be so bad. And so, I vowed to support her for the rest of my life.